Yeah, keep on going. It
All
stopped
right,
on us, but we're gonna keep on going.
we back. Top albums: G Herbo, Lil Herb album, playing that a lot. 2 Chainz and Larry June album, Life is Beautiful.
What did you
Chill.
think of that? What did you think of
I,
that
I
album?
actually really like that album. Like I didn't think those two was gonna work, but they
Hmm.
had a real laid back, chill, like, and they put motherfucking game on some songs, like trying to teach you about getting LLCs and like just having like a beautiful life, chill, like grown man life. Nothing too crazy. It's a smoker type, chill, laid
It
back album.
is. It
Uh,
is. I just
Nothing.
didn't. I just and I'm. That's me. That's my
Yeah,
vibe. But I just wasn't able to get into it. So maybe I have to go back and revisit that album. It's not gonna grow on me. I
mhm.
just didn't give it a chance after the first two or three songs. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do this right now.
I feel you.
I'm in a mode where I'm trying to learn this new job and not trying to put myself in the mode of finding a new job and getting a new job and being successful at a new job. So I don't think this album is going to be the thing that I should be
That's
listening
the
to.
that's the album when you get into that job and you kind of figured everything out and you go on vacation real quick. And that's like,
There it
all right.
is. There it is right there. You said everything right there. Bang, bang, bang.
Well, also Metro Boomin Futuristic Summer, only because it took me back to literally like '06, '07 to 2009, 2010 era of music in ATL, especially mixtape era, live mixtapes, Dat Piff type of music around them times. And it was just a nostalgic feel. So I thought I
For
rock with
those
it.
who don't understand, Keith saying he was stealing he was just stealing everybody's music, man. He was a Napster pro. He was just
Oh
stealing
yeah,
all y'all music, man. And I ain't mad at him because everybody was doing it.
oh yeah.
I'm
I,
not
was- oh,
saying I was, but
I was
you know.
a line wire thug. I was out here fucking up computers.
He was like, I was knuckling up, buckling up. Hootie hoo.
Nah, but I was gonna bring up the year review, but Nas had got a deal or had like a deal I think this year. Well, he was able to get a bunch of not old school rappers, but like rappers that before from Slick Rick. You got Mobb Deep to come out with Infinite album. Who else? Somebody else that just came out.
MF Doom, was it MF Doom? No, it
I
wasn't
think
MF Doom,
De
but
La Soul. I
there
think
we
they was
go.
part of that. Few of the albums that I think it's one you had mentioned last week that I think you was listening to. Oh yeah, the Nas and Premier album. So we getting some old school motherfuckers. Like we supposed to get some more people coming out. Like I want to see that. Like all right, just just bring out some guys that if they ain't got it no more, then don't put on no trash. But like give us some raps. If they talk about no raps, no really rapping no more like that, come out give us some games in school.
Hey, Cool G Rap, man. I wouldn't mind it if you would like come on a podcast and talk some shit with me, man. Real talk. Cool G Rap, if you're listening, you're watching this, I personally wouldn't mind. My crew wouldn't mind if you jumped on here and talked some shit with us and talked about music and how you got your start and what made you start, what made you put music out and do all these other things. It would really be awesome if you came on the podcast and did that. Hey, Warren Moon and Randall Cunningham, the same thing goes for you all as legendary black men who became successful in a league that really didn't want you to be successful. I want you on my podcast to tell your story. Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham, bring y'all black asses on my podcast.
That'll get them.
Bring your punk asses on my podcast, man. I want to see y'all over here. I want y'all to tell y'all story. I want people to acknowledge the fact that you all were great before there was a Patrick Mahomes, before there was a Michael Vick. There were you guys.
Wait, these niggas are still alive, right? Though, right? Warren Moon, they still alive, right?
While he talking all this cardiac arrest, heart arrhythmia shit,
Make sure, man.
these niggas are alive and well and doing what they supposed to be doing. I reached out to one of them already. Bring y'all black asses, high cholesterol having, big slew footed asses on my podcast to talk about y'all career. And I'm talking shit right now because he trying to talk bad about y'all. But bring y'all old diabetic asses on my podcast so y'all can talk y'all shit. And let's acknowledge, let's make it public record that you guys were dope before all this stuff
Oh,
ever
yeah.
even happened.
I'm not just in their game at all. Like they were some hoopers. They
That's a
called them.
fact.
They paid the way for a lot of our players or players. Period.
Lamar Jackson wouldn't even be who he is if there was no Warren Moon or Randall Cunningham or
You right
Doug
about that.
Williams. Like we need to acknowledge these guys out there. So I'm done going to your whatever else you was talking about with your big cheesehead Green Bay loving.
Ball, nigga. Ball, nigga. Ball.
Nah.
No, but yeah, year in review. I just want to go over things like over the year that like happened. We could talk about, or just we can go through it, real quick.
Whatever it is, shoot,
Let's let's
shoot,
let's
shoot,
let's
shoot, shoot, shoot.
let's
It's your
shout out to
podcast.
this is sports. We're gonna start off with the champs of 2025. Shout out to the Eagles beating the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, he seemed to only show up in the Super Bowl because he balled out. He throw for like 300 yards, 4, 5 touchdowns. He got his win over the Chiefs, got his lick back, and that was kind of who knew that loss with the Chiefs was kind of the fall of the kingdom.
Mm-hmm,
Pat
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Mahomes, towards ACL. This
mm-hmm.
might be Travis Kelsey's last
Last go
possible
round,
season
yeah,
go
yeah,
around,
could be.
at least with the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that go. This year there's some darlings out here in the NFL. The Bears are one of them. The Patriots back, like teams that had good coaches new coaches that came in. Jaguars, Bears, Patriots showed out. The Broncos are strong with Bo Nix, and Eagles starting to get it back right. But Seattle, Rams, San Francisco, it's anybody's ball game this year,
Mm-hmm.
and you can
Mm-hmm.
have Josh Allen got a chance to win one. Jalen Hurts got a chance to win another one. Or, teams like us, we probably can sneak in just because we've been having some magical wins and some magical feeling stuff type shit. But shout out to the Eagles this year. Hopefully, y'all won't repeat this year though.
The way the
Oh,
Eagles have been able to neutralize other teams, bro, is crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
It's that defense, and
It is the way that they've been able to
they
just
don't turn the
stifle these
ball over,
guys. It's crazy.
and they don't turn the ball. So when they do turn the ball, it hurts them. MLB, LA Dodgers beat the Toronto Blue Jays in a 7-game series, 4-3. The last game was 11 inning, game seven, which MLB scripted up perfectly. The Dodgers was down 3-2 to the Blue Jays. Blue Jays 1 game away from a championship. But it was a Canadian team. That's why I was like, oh, the script for the script. They're gonna have a American team come back down 3-2,
Yeah.
come back win in game seven,
Mm-hmm.
beat the Canadian team, and then make it a game seven. The extra innings was extra, but like the way they ended the game, they try and put it as the greatest game seven or the greatest series of all time. Otani looking like Babe Ruth, looking like the like he's like a Japanese robot, just killing on the hidden end pitcher. But Blue
Oh, that's
Jays,
what happened. I pressed the view and instead of pressing the view, I hit the stop button. Okay. Why would
yeah,
they even put that next to it? All right, keep on going. I'm sorry for the
yeah, no,
disruption.
yeah. So it was just it was a good cap to a good playoff for the MLB. They had a good script on like good teams winning,
Mm-hmm.
facing off. Dodgers, good, back to back champs, so they're trying to go for three-peat next year. NBA, your boy SGA and the Thunder, champs,
Shea Buttery.
beat the Indiana Pacers. SGA MVP, also Finals MVP. They was legit the best team all around. We had some moments where
Y'all can't be spotting these teams 20 points, man. Then y'all gonna come back every time, man. Don't
yeah,
forget
so
that.
teams are going to they're starting to figure out a little bit how to try to slow them down, but nothing too
Yeah.
crazy. Um, Also shout out Ohio State football team, the Florida Gators for the basketball team, NHL. Only I'm putting this out. Florida Panthers back-to-back champs. All right, you guys shout them for being back-to-back champs in the major sport.
This nigga
But
crazy.
hey, black people started hockey, so you want to
It
deny
is.
hockey?
You right. You right.
So but some other big things that happened this year: Terrence Crawford beating Canelo Alvarez,
Woo!
walked him down,
You
show him how
bitch, you. Never
you
mind. Go
get
ahead.
your
No.
get
Go
your
ahead.
shit
No.
on.
Nope. 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 I told everybody. loud and clear, perfectly. Terrence Crawford's gonna win that fight. Doesn't matter what y'all say. It doesn't matter if he was in his prime, he was in his slime, he was a dime, or it was a crime.
Yeah, true.
Crawford in 12. That's what I try to tell you. I try to tell
Crawford and Trump.
you. I try to tell you. He was gonna win a fight. Listen, and I'm gonna give y'all a quick synopsis of this, of boxing. All right, just real quick, just so y'all get a very clear understanding of anything of anything in life. If you ever been through something major and you go into a spot, you go into a sport that asks for you to sacrifice your life for it, like boxing or any martial art or football.
Mhm.
If you ever do anything like that that asks you to sacrifice your life, and you look at a guy, you go, he's beating everybody. If I get in there, there's a chance that he will beat my little ass. But everybody else is afraid to fight me. And this may be the only guy I can fight. And the only way I can get him in the ring is if someone offers him $100 million just to fight me, just so I can make $20 million. And I don't even care about the money. I just want to prove that I'm better than him. And it takes all that just to get one of the best guys in boxers and get in boxing to get in the ring with me. Just so I can show you that I'm really good at what I do. What you think that says about me? It means that I will accept nothing from nobody, bro.
Mhm.
I worked hard for everything that I got. So when I fight a guy like Canelo, it's only telling me that I still think that I'm better than him, and he gonna have to do way more than he's already been doing to prove to me that he can beat me. I'm gonna neutralize him. I'm gonna take everything away from him, and he has to beat me fair and square. So whether people want to say he was old and tired and worn out because he had 60 to 65 fights, maybe even 70 fights. Okay, cool. I had 42 fights, but the best fights that I could have got, no one in the division of 147 wanted to fight me besides Errol Spence. And I told y'all Errol Spence wasn't even the best guy. That was himself at the time. I've been looking for the best fighters. I look for Keith Thurman. I look for Danny Garcia. I look for Sean Porter. I beat Sean Porter. Some people made fun of that win. Oh, you barely knocked him out, or you didn't really knock him out. He just gave up, or whatever it was. Well, the rest of them guys would have done the same thing.
Mhm.
The rest of them would have done the same damn thing. Amir Khan got in the ring with him and ran around the ring, and then Terrence Crawford hit him with a blow that hit him in the stomach or in a low in his lower region, in his groin area, and he quit. So here's a guy who's been trying to get the best wins that he could get, and none of you guys would fight him. I say, Terrence, if you ever hear this part of it, go down to 154 and offer Keith Thurman the same fight. Go out offer Danny Garcia the same fight. Everybody that you didn't fight at 147, go offer them the same fight. The reason why he's not going to do it is because that's too hard for him to make now. And he may not want to do that. And so right now he may sit and wait for someone who is of substance to fight him for $50 million, $100 million. He may sit and wait for that. But if you could, brother, go drop back down to 154. I know that may be hard for you to make after went up 20 pounds,
Mhm.
24 pounds to do this, whatever it is, 16 pounds, 14 pounds, whatever it is that it took to make this fight. Go back down there, get Keith Thurman in the ring. That same fight that you're gonna see now is the same fight that had just been more aggressive in his prime at 147. All those guys moved out of Terrence's way because they didn't want to fight him. Canelo took the fight because he realized, hey, that's a lot of money. I don't want to pass this up.
Okay.
So that's why he fought him. And people are ignoring this and say, oh no, Bud, blah, 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 blah. No, they did not want to fight Bud because no one wants to take a butt whooping like that. No one wants to take an ass whooping from a guy like that, and you got to spend a good portion of your money in the hospital recovering because he's gonna beat you up and he's gonna knock you out. And if he don't knock you out, he's just gonna beat you up for 12 rounds. And they
Yeah.
don't want to stand in there with that. But they're
Nah.
standing there with Errol. They'll take that. Keith Thurman should have fought him. Danny Garcia should have fought him. And like two other guys that I can't think of off the top of my head, they should have fought him. Your Dennis Ugas should have fought him. Manny Pacquiao should have fought him. Who turned down the fight? I remember that story. Manny Pacquiao said, "No, that's not the fight that we want." And then Bob Arum said behind the scenes, "No, we don't want Terrence to fight him. Terrence will ruin the guy." That's self-admitting. Hey, I got Terrence Crawford because I know he's gonna be one of the best fighters in the world, but I don't want to put him once against a guy who's my cash cow and say
Right.
ruin him. That he said that'll be a hard fight for Manny. He might knock Manny out. Well, that's what we want to see. That's what we're all paying to see. The best fight the best. And if Terrence is that good, elevate him. Push him up there to the top and say, he is really the best fighter. I can still promote Manny because everyone wants to pay to see Manny. But I can get Terrence Manny Pacquiao. I can get him Juan Manuel Marquez. I can get him Ruslan Provodnikov and everybody else in the world. They ain't do that. They kept Terrence out the way of these guys because no one wants to go in there and get their ass beat like that, bro. Because I did it against all odds my whole career since I was 7 years old. I've been hurting these guys. And when they look me in my eye, they know that look is still there. Man, when I get in there with y'all, man, I'm gonna embarrass y'all. And I'm gonna make the world understand why I'm better than everybody out there. I'm not gonna make this big fuss about it. It's just that when I get in the gym, I'm gonna fuck y'all up. When I get in the ring that night, when it's fight night, I'm gonna fuck y'all up, man. And that's all it was. That's it. I'm done.
Gotcha. Feel
One
you.
of the best other fighters, while he's speaking on 2025, one of the best other fighters out there is David Benavidez. The other one will be David Morrell.
Yep.
The other one would be Jesse Bam Rodriguez, Naoya Inoue. Um, Another guy would be Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Teofimo Lopez, Bruce Carrington, uh, Caleb Plant, uh, Alexander Usyk. Who's the other guy? Jai Opataya. And I'm just naming the guys at different weight classes. I'm not naming them at one particular. I'm just saying different weight classes. These are some of the best fighters. And I hope these guys get the best competition out there. A guy that I can't wait to see, I'm waiting to see return would be Dimitri Bivol. I can't wait to see him back in the ring. Um, and there's a couple more fighters that I can't remember off the top of my head, but God bless them, man. I wish you all the best, and I can't wait to see you guys back in the ring. But the rest of these guys that's talking about they want to fight and they want to fight the best, man, y'all lying. And I know y'all lying because of the competition that y'all take on. Back to you, Keith.
They lying. Now, yeah. Oh yeah. One of the biggest moments of the year 2025, especially in sports, probably one of the biggest trades. When I saw this trade come through, I looked at it on my phone, I was like, huh? I'm like, all right, yeah, right. Didn't even realize whose name it was. Motherfucking Luka Doncic got traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the LA Lakers. Everybody thought it was a fake tweet. Everybody thought it was a fake trade, a
It
fake
was crazy.
notification. And that was a real deal, Holyfield, what happened. Luka got traded to LA for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and
Crazy
some
moment.
other. I couldn't believe it. I was playing the game and it stopped me, and I was like, "What the hell?" Threw me off. Threw me off like motherfucker. Like why? And then it just then it was 4 months later. You find out the Dallas Mavericks get the number one pick. So I feel like there's some collusion went on a little bit. There's some
Maybe.
guaranteed. Hey, trade Luca here to a major big market like LA. Dallas is. I mean, it's not big, but it's not the smallest. And then
We can re-up off of losing Luca. We'll be able to put it together.
yeah, exactly. It happened to have
With that said,
1.7% chance of winning the number one spot, and they end up getting it.
With that said, do you think that it's over for AD? You think his career is over at this point?
Bro, he just got hurt again, like just running down the court. There's somebody the Bulls trying to trade for him. I don't even want him no more. Like he just keep
No, he
getting
can't
hurt
come over here.
every.
They said if the wind blows too hard, he might sprain his
Bro,
ankle. So
like
we can't have a guy like that.
injuries is robbing him. Like he's one of those, like it would better be probably for him just to go ahead and just sit down. Like
That's a fact.
or just if you go play, like just know you can't be a start. I mean, you can probably start, but you ain't gonna get started minutes. Like you're gonna be playing 20, 25 to 30 at most, just to be able to be used in the
When we
game.
need some scoring in the low post in a 2 minute stretch to a 10 minute stretch of the game where we need got buckets that you can get, we can put you out there. And then spots where we know where we need you for defense, we'll
Yeah.
put you out there as well. But whatever it is, and it's not, I don't know exactly what's going on, man. But I'm gonna guess I am going to guess it has to do more with his training,
Mhm.
strength and conditioning, and what he's eating that continues to why this is continuing to happen to him specifically.
Mhm.
But it sucks because as talented as he is, he's not able to take full advantage of what he's capable of doing because he's always hurt. So fuck him. I no man, I can't say fuck him, but I wish he would figure it
Especially a
out.
Packer fan, I can fuck him. Nah,
He said he's a Packer fan.
no, he did like he been to Packers game. He wear Packer gear, all that. I mean, as a person, he cool, but like on some that shit, fuck him. Like
Boy, if you out here wearing
you-
Packers gear,
like how you did you 7 feet tall wearing green and yellow like that. You can't be doing that.
boy, you out here wearing Packers gear, man. If you don't get your big one eyebrow having, I used to work for Nike in a stock program having ass, man. If you don't get your lurch from the Adams family looking ass out of here, boy, you don't get your big.
Yeah,
They call me Mr. Glass from a movie that actually was real life and it's really based on my life, face ass. Boy, if you don't get your
I was like, get him. No, for
man,
real. But
what's wrong with this dude?
that was one of the biggest trades that I remember in the last few years in any landscape, NBA basketball, NFL.
Boy,
Like
if you don't
Luka,
get your Tupac said I got sickle cell or something out this motherfucking bell, if you don't get your big
and also, I mean, Micah Parsons getting traded from the Dallas Cowboys to Packers. That was a big one
big
too.
one. That was a big one. That was another big one. Ooh wee, that was big. That was
Why
big.
why the Dallas did that? I mean, I don't know, but fuck both of them teams. Matter of fact, fuck both of them. For pulling off that trade because Packers they need no more. They already feel like they had enough, and that was just them just trying to do their Khalil Mack. Like when we got Khalil Mack, they were like, oh, we like, oh shit. Now they get them, but unfortunately for injuries, he tore his ACL like a couple weeks ago, so
Hmm.
we got to worry about him next year. But hopefully, come back healthy, come back straight. I hate to see mothers get hurt.
Who is that?
Michael Parsons,
What team he play for?
the Green Bay Packers.
And you know how we feel about that, right?
You know exactly how I feel about them.
Mm. Michael
Fuck
Parsons
you.
get well. Fuck
Get
the
well.
Packers.
The Packers. Well, fuck you and them Packers.
Fuck you, the
Uh,
Packers, and your motherfucking mom.
who else we got here? We got
Fuck the Packers as a label,
uh
franchise, the staff, and as a whole. And if you're down with the Green Bay Packers, fuck you too. In the words of Tupac. Dun 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 dun. Fuck Packers. Dun 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 dun. Fuck Eagles. Dun 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 dun. Fuck Lions. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Fuck all y'all. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. My fault, bro. I was
It's
getting into
just
it.
a way of life.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
okay. Uh, Gambling in sports been going popping off crazy this year. This
So how the players?
some pitchers got called gambling. Betting on some things. NBA players, coaches in a gambling sting with some mafia, supposedly,
Mafia. And we don't
allegedly.
even know who the mafia guys are because
We
everything been
still
just
don't
been
know
about the
who the
black
mafia
guys.
guys are. We just know who
Yeah,
the.
sold the black guys out, man, for the mafia. Wow.
So I do think the integrity of a lot of these leagues and games are gone. Teams
It's
are
done.
appealing.
It's done. Yeah.
You know, because then I'm starting to see like even like the parlays like people you expect for sure that they're supposed to get 8 time touchdown every game. The Saquons, you're supposed to get the running backs, the starting running backs, your
Mm-hmm.
starting receivers.
Mm-hmm.
They get taken out the game for the third string or second string guy to go off and mooch off them to get their touchdowns. And man, I ain't seen it so many times. so many times I was a one rebound away, one steal away, one
Mm-hmm.
point away, and or it's this gambling stuff to change the game. Um, Hopefully Chauncey Billups can get out that gym.
Mm.
Damon Jones, you too, because you black dude, but you kind of look like a little asshole.
He look like he'll rat motherfuckers out too.
Exactly. But him, Terry Rozier. Hopefully, this will be a lesson for some other people. But John
Hey,
T.
did you ever
John,
think about that?
what?
Terry Rozier was making 20 something million dollars a year, right?
Mm,
And he gave up 20 something million dollars a year to bet on a $200,000 game.
that don't make no sense as far as
Big
risking.
Goofy, boom, 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 boom. Big Goofy, boom, boom, boom,
But
boom.
supposedly, I think they just pointed out like Terry Rozier might be clear of those.
Okay, if you wasn't you, Terry Rozier, then that's cool. That's even better.
So it seemed like slowly but surely, like between him, Michael Beasley, they all saying like they coming out like they had
Mm-hmm.
to do with stuff. So maybe Chauncey Billups might be able to get out of that jam, but I think he lost his job. I don't know if he getting his job back or not, but
Now they
yeah,
probably gonna keep that job away from him.
tough. And they playing good too.
It
Um,
is. It is. It sucks.
the sabotage of my boy Shador Sanders this year. That man got drafted in the fifth
Ooh.
round, knowing he should have been drafted earlier than that. I ain't saying he had to be the first pick, but like he definitely won the fifth round pick. And some of these picks, quarterback that got drafted, ain't doing no better than him. So and then also when he finally got the chance to play, the sabotage on sabotage of wristband,
Bro, it
not
was so
having
much against this guy, man.
every week they would take him out of the red zone when he brought him down there to get the touchdown, playing wildcat, calling the wildcat plays. They lost a game because of that stuff. He brought them back. They still lost because of a 2 point conversion because they took him out. So it's just not giving my boy a chance to
They wasn't,
really
man.
shine. But even through all
Trash.
the adversity, God, according to him and his family, how they get down. Praise the Lord. He been doing his thing. I think he got his second win in like 5 games, 6 games. So it
Maybe.
just hopefully they just give him a chance next year to prove himself again with a actual good coach
Get back out there,
team.
should do a reload, get the
Or
guys get
send
it.
him somewhere that he can go play
Yeah.
under somebody that
Yeah, get with the
he can.
guys, man. Get your practice squad going on. Get some guys with you that can do 7 to 8 men or 9 men out there in the sand and everything, and go over the plays that you need to go over and improve greatly, so that people know that you're serious next time when you come into the game. Yes, for sure.
Shout out to Aja Wilson, got her third title in 4 years.
Ooh, wee, she
And
balled the hell out. She balled the
she
hell out.
she they were saying like she was the greatest. I wasn't trying to give her that at first, but the way she been playing the last few years, she probably is the greatest female woman basketball player, especially
And
ever.
she not done yet.
And she not done. So shout out to her and Bam won official. And everybody know about them. You see they tall ass. They gonna have some kids, boy. They gonna have some more NBA babies.
They gonna have some ostriches running around.
Real talk.
No, that's a fact.
One of the tweakers of the year,
Okay.
Mark Sanchez.
Big
It's a
tweet.
weird story where he found out he got stabbed, and then they come to find out he was drunk and he was actually being the aggressive person. That's why he got stabbed. So, and then he lost his job. He was announcing for NFL games. Big tweak of the year, one of the tweaks of the year. I don't know what the hell was going on with that, but
Give him a bowl of boo boo. A bowl
he,
of boo boo and a bowl of ass.
you
Good
get you get
job.
you get Horn, nominee of the year.
Man,
Uh,
that's wild that he would do something like that.
yeah. NBA had the NBA's Achilles heel is Achilles heels. 3 to 4 players: Jason Tatum, Dame Lillard,
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Halliburton,
Mm-hmm.
all went down with
Eric
Achilles in the
Williams.
playoffs. Williams, they all had number zeros, which is crazy as a jersey, and just actually, and that's Achilles part. But like one of my players that was been hooper of the year, Nikola Jokic went down with a knee. Thank God it was only a hyperextension of the knee, so he's gonna be out for 3 or 4 weeks.
Okay,
It looked
okay.
worse than it was. Thought it was something else, but he ain't gonna be going too long. But I want to see how Denver do. Are they gonna float, stay afloat, or are they gonna sink while he out? That's 4 weeks. That's about like a 12 to 18 games. So we'll see how that how they manage without him.
For
But
sure, for sure.
NBA, lost some key guys and injuries, but they thriving back in. This year's a lot better, especially with these new streamings with what they got Peacock and NBC. I've been a little disappointed with NBC as far as like I thought I ain't gonna say they try to give it nostalgic vibes, but like just how they said like Jordan gonna be on there.
Hmm.
It's just a pre-recorded interview that they broke it down throughout the year. But it's back popping. NBA back popping this year. Some teams East is wide open, and it's looking like it. Some home teams. And the Pacers after just went to the finals. I know they lost Tyrese Halliburton, but goddamn, you 6-27. What happened? And Rick Carlisle's a good coach. Who else holding out here? Milwaukee Bucks. Without Giannis, y'all trash. Y'all
Super
trash.
D duper trash.
Super trash. Cleveland Cavaliers 18-16. They having a tough time, starting off, number 8 seed in the East. They was number 1,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
but I don't know. Uh, what else happened this year? What we got? All right, right now, as far as the NFL, the QBs of like I said earlier, Pat Mahomes, possibly Lamar Jackson, possibly Aaron Rodgers,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
or possibly missed not all, but most of them missed the playoffs. Solid. Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts will probably be the oh yeah, Matthew Stafford will be the veterans of this year.
Damn it, man. You
So
just got to
it
say that name, man.
yeah, but like it's opened up for some young QBs to get a chance to prove themselves. Bo Nix, that man about 26, 27. They keep calling him young. He was in the league, in the college for like 5, 6 years. Bo Nix, Drake May, Caleb Williams. Who else out there? Jordan Love. Some players got some
Uh-uh.
chance. Some players got some chance to prove themselves. Who they
They
if they can
do.
be
They do.
a Super Bowl champion, or is it going to be relying on the coaches, the veteran teams that's out there that can pull it off?
He said he understands the game, he know what's coming, so that's why he builds from out there. And I'm talking about Caleb Williams. So in a sense of other guys, I'm sure they see the same thing when they out there on the field.
Yeah. And some other things that stood out to me this year, I ain't go to the movies too much this year, which is crazy. I usually go a lot more, but Sinners came out this year. Interesting, good movie. I liked it, especially if for the black culture. It was great to me. The first half, it was good to me that I forgot that it was a thriller movie until the thriller like scary part started to happen.
Gotcha.
I liked that movie how they broke it down, how it went. A lot of people who didn't understand it didn't like it, but and a lot of them was actually was women. That's what's crazy about that. Cutwaters.
Uh-huh.
There was a fast, phenomenon of them this summer or this year for some
Uh-huh.
reason. They been out though. People been getting drunk this year, and that was like the new
Every day.
like literally every day. But that was like the new like I don't know,
Miller
whatever,
Lite.
like whatever like the hot newest drink that came out. Oh yeah, Four Loco. Like mother was getting bent off that, getting slapped. It's just a lot of sugar in it. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, I'm good on that one, fam. I'm good on that one.
Aperol, Aperol Spritz, for some reason, became a hot thing this year. Even though that's been out for forever. People try to make money off that, make that the summer drink of the 2025.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It wasn't really rocking with it, but there was just these little crazes. I'm like, why are these being talked about so much? And I don't want to see no more of it going into 2026. What else happened this year? Oh yeah, I mean, Beyonce. I'm sure Beyonce winning the Best Country Album of the Year award, but they hated so much that they had to. Now they changed the category to where it's like contemporary and legit classical country. So
Legit classical country. What is a better name for black people creating the music that you love?
So, just throwing it out there, shout out to Beyonce. Even though I wasn't a big fan of the album, but for us to get what we was deserved for that one, she was supposed to been got these other album of the year from every other year, but
There it is. Speak on it.
they want to
Speak on
finally
it.
give her that. But she changing the game with the new categories in country music. That's crazy. Drake suing UMG after the Drake and Kendrick Lamar battle.
Man, get this guy off my podcast, man.
This is the softest thing that you could possibly do in a beef.
Softer than my pillows.
I don't know why he thought that was gonna work. It got dismissed
Softer than my sheets,
on
that
on
2000 count.
October 9th. They said it was actionable opinion and not verifiable facts, which pretty much is true. Y'all both said some wild stuff about each other, and it was a heated. Y'all both wanted it. It was a beef. And what more could you really do? Um, they were trying to make Caleb Williams seem gay with the fingernails. I think that was probably a weak gay move on your end. I
Yeah,
rock with Drake. I like his music, but that was a soft Canadian light skin
hit me
move,
and I hit you back.
basically. Speaking of Kendrick had a Super Bowl performance. This is a message that went over all the white people heads, all the men's heads. Which actually, I don't even think
Which
they
is
whatever
what hip
they.
hop is anyway.
I mean, they whatever they hit. They still want to accept the fact that America has been, you
And
know,
they can't see the problem with America because it benefits them, bro.
yeah, true.
It
I agree.
benefits them. They don't understand why do you guys keep talking so bad about this country when this country is great? The country is not completely great. It's great because of the sacrifices that other people made for it. And
Right.
you guys can't see that because you didn't have to do the sacrificing. Other people did it for you. And the people that you said are being angry and they're lashing out, that we're being called lazy, angry, we're being called criminals and everything else to benefit you guys. When you guys were lazy and the criminals and everything, it was you guys who were the criminals. You guys did all of this. You understand? The people that did all the work can't get the credit for it because you take credit for it. That's lazy.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
When you hire a maid knowing that I don't that they're gonna do the work that I don't want to do, which is what? I'm
Work.
done.
Work. Yeah.
I'm done. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
But shout out to Serena and Samuel L. Jackson being in that performer as well, and pretty much solidifying that the win of that disc that happened, or not disc beef that happened the year before.
Serena, if you want to hang around somebody that will worship you for your beauty, please find me. I love beautiful black women, especially one who's powerful like you are. I love that. You don't never have to bleach your skin or your face or anything, your lips or anything to be around me. You'll be loved over here. And if you want to turn up, I know some people that turn up for you. I'll leave it at that. Keep going, Keith.
And then hate to bring him up, but Diddy did some got caught with some charges that he got free, and then I don't want to talk about it. Diddy, then
It's bad.
just go ahead, just take them what how many what 2 years basically 3 years,
50 months, 4 years.
knock them out real quick. What they should have gotten on, they didn't charge him for, and the shit they charged him for was bullshit. But no, Diddy, just keep your head up.
Following behind Diddy, if you have not seen the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix, it's called The Unstoppable. What
Yeah,
it's really called is the Unstoppable Nigger Act. The Unstoppable Nigger Act is the Mann Act, which is what
yes,
they booked Puff Daddy or Sean Combs or P. Diddy on. The Unstoppable Man Act was made for a guy who was the heavyweight champion of America. He was a black man. They couldn't get him on anything else, so they created a law called the Mann Act because he would take women from one country, one state to another, and he would fuck them. He would fuck white women. They would pull him over. He would pay the fine, and he would fuck them right there in front of him. He would go. He would take their wives. He would find out where they stay. He would take their women. He would do all type of stuff.
That's
So
crazy.
they couldn't do nothing to him. So because there was nothing else, they created. I forgot the guy's name, but he was something man, and he
Hmm.
created the Mann Act to lock up
That's some
Jack
hating ass
Johnson.
shit. You hating hard, but you
Yeah.
you had to make a whole law.
So the RICO didn't work because it wasn't nothing in the RICO that he was doing wrong. So they had to use the Mann Act to bring him down. The whole basis of the Unstoppable Negro Act that Dave Chappelle did is to tie in every parallel, past, future, present, of all these guys that could be considered major guys
Hmm.
and big time black men that couldn't be stopped for what they were doing. So they used the same thing that they've been doing for generations and years and since the Stone Age. And no one wants to say anything about Donald Trump. No one wants to say anything about the Epstein files, uh, the other Weinstein guy that was out in California, and all these other guys who are pedophiles and rapists. No one says anything about that, but we can always point out the black guy, even though they're small and fewer in numbers than we are. We can always point them out
Yeah.
for what's going on. Not what we doing, not what we doing in the industry, not what Clive Davis and them guys may have been doing, not what these other guys may have been doing, but we gonna book Puffy.
Yeah. So
Back to you, brother.
did he with that? He's in the Hoeing of the Year, and also joining him. These two right here need to be take this message that I got from my guy Brian from years ago when we used to work together. When I was in college, while I was in college, we used to work together separately though. Um, Leave them white women alone. Sharon Moore and Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp saw what happened this year. Got a story pretty much, or not even say a story, but basically messed with this young white
Got
girl.
hustle.
Got hustled. Like lesson learned. You made all this money after the Cat Williams interview, build a whole new podcast brand,
Mm-hmm.
entertainment business,
Mm-hmm.
and just like that, it could have been all taken away. But you still got something right to prove yourself. But it was looking ugly for you, like, and
Sharon
then
Moore,
and
you
then
was just tripping.
and then Sharon Moore, like you was a sucker. You just a
Super sucker.
goofball tweak of the year. Him, and who I said Mark Sanchez, tweakers of the year. Tweakers. DK Metcalf, disappointment of the year, but Hoeing at the same time. You just hold your, I say possibly your career, but just put your money, your freedom, your ability to have negotiation or leverage and negotiation in your next contracts or your career. Jake Paul stepped into that ring with that man, Andrew Joshua. Shout out to Andrew Joshua. Rest in peace to your boys that died over there in Nigeria
Nigeria. Yeah.
in the car crash. Tough, that's crazy. Two of them. And he survived. Like he just sit in the middle. Like, God, man, that's crazy, man.
That's
Like,
that's 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 messed up, bro.
so and just to and then one last thing. Lil Wayne, you hoeing with that Carter Six. That was trash. I don't know why you thought that was some shit you need to get to the public. I understand trying things, and you tried things years before. We gave you grace. We gave you a chance. But this one was the final straw. You gotta come back with some crack this next time. You've been spitting on some songs here and there, but that album, The Carter Six, was hoeing.
It seemed like he was
I,
trying to put a bunch of different styles together on one album and make it work, and it didn't work. Conway the Machine, your album, I got halfway through with it and I stopped. I just stopped listening. Nas and Preem, that album was pretty good. I haven't finished this. Oh, I did finish. I listened to the same song over and over again. Um, Alfredo 2, that was a decent album. Being the Butcher, that album was okay. I listened to it over and over again, and then I stopped. That album wasn't really hitting much of anything. Jid, I'm listening to your album now. Salute to my boy Virgos. Salute to Spitz Nelson. Salute to what's her brother's name? What's the name, bro? Alfred Banks. um, from New Orleans. Dope MCs, dope artists. Salute to Don Trip. Salute to Starlito.
Yes, I meant to mention that Starlito and Don Trip are back, and they dropped like two mixtapes this year, so I'm glad they
Memphis
got back
Stand
on.
Up. They said I can't go back there, but that was a lot.
And then Don Trip had dropped his whole album. Like, thank you for reminding me. I forgot about those. Starlito,
I
Don
go
Trip.
back when I want to, and I deal with whatever comes with it. Yeah, whenever, wherever, however. So yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. Before I get to this last one, is there anything else throughout the year that I'm sure I missed a lot of things. Like I didn't want to get too political. You know, I was gonna say Trump back in office. They gave this man a second year, and then all this
Crispy orange chicken
to 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 bring back old good boy traditions
with
this
some Cheddar
year.
Bay biscuits. The Good Old Boy Network never left though. So
It
what
didn't,
people
but
so what people keep forgetting is that whether you Republican or Democratic, it's the same bird. Right wing, left wing, it's the same bird. None of it never left. He just been more boastful and bragful about it. The only thing about Trump that I say is he really is about his money and his paper, and that's what he really trying to advertise. Other thing that I don't like that he advertises, he's trying to galvanize all these uh down and out, at the bottom of the barrel white folk that think he's gonna do something so favorable for him, and he's not. He's no different from Obama being in office and telling us he's giving us hope. He ain't do nothing. What did he do? Okay, we got the Obamacare Act, but what did he do to fill and line your pockets? Nothing was given to us because no one ever went to him with an agenda, said this is what we need. We need $500 billion to do infrastructure, STEM schools, and everything else. And we need to create grocery stores to get rid of these food deserts. We need to stop all this stuff. No one went to Obama and did that. So we had the same thing that we started with. Nothing. So
well,
Trump ain't doing nothing but the same thing unless you can follow money and you understand what money is and what he's doing with money, unless you understand stocks and Bitcoin and all these different currencies, and then you know how to move with that. That's it. That's it. That's the only way you're gonna get ahead is if you can understand that and get a tenth or a 1%, I should say 1% of a penny of what them people talking about doing. That's the only way you're gonna luck up on anything is following the money. That's it. Other than that, you're gonna still be poor, man. The whole thing with that whole stimulus check during COVID was to find out what they could do, what they could regulate. Man, will these people take $1,200 a month, or will they take $1,200 every 2 weeks? What can they live off of? This was to take money out away from you and say, yo, we're gonna make rich and poor. There won't be nothing else. There ain't gonna be nothing else. It's gonna be rich and poor, and we're gonna figure out how to put it on y'all. That's all it was. They playing the game with everybody, but I don't want to get off into that, man. That's a totally different type of subject for something else. And
yeah.
if you don't understand the underplay, the overplay for the underplay, then that's on you. But it's happening right in front of us every day that we live. You know, man, we just got to get a piece of it while we can. Inflation only happens when billionaires make money. That's what inflation is. Everything goes up because they done made so much money now that the cost of everything goes up, and we have to pay for it.
Right.
So you have to figure out a way to make inflation work for you. You know, you understand what I'm saying? For those who don't get it, this is part of the podcast where you either grasp it or you don't. Basically, watch the money. Put your If you don't have Apple stock, grab some Apple stock. If you got an Apple phone, you have an iPhone, you should probably grab some of the stock. If you own Nike, you should grab some Nike stock. If you own a Galaxy TV, Galaxy phone, grab some of that. The
These
Dell
are using.
computers and everything that you use that you have that they have stock for, you should grab a piece of it. Get you a piece of that.
Yeah.
That's what you should be doing. That's what you should be doing, man. You dig what I'm saying, bro?
Yes, sir.
Other than that, man, I'm gonna go about living my life. I'm gonna have me a drink here and there. There's a certain woman I'm looking for who's first letter of her name begins with a J. She probably would never ever hear it. I don't know, but I'm looking for you. I'm gonna find you.
I'm looking
Get you,
for
man. I'm
turn
gonna
on
get
the
you.
lights.
But other than that, man, I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna go on about my daily routine. I'm gonna do my podcast. I'm gonna do Sports Punch with Keith. I got some episodes with some upcoming artists that I need to get on, and I need to schedule some artists for next year. Already, there's some things that I need to get going on for the podcast and keep on living. I need to get me a new laptop and everything, some other stuff. Keith, we gotta do some live episodes on YouTube. We gotta sit down and work that out. We also got to figure out what was the other thing? Doing some podcasts at bars or something while we out just hanging out shooting the shit. There's some
Yeah,
stuff that we need to figure out how to do, bro.
yeah.
And we gonna move on from there. I need to do some podcasts with my brothers that own restaurants and coffee shops and all this other stuff across the city of Chicago and just have some fun and make the podcast more interactive and people can see that we just not behind the computer just putting this out, but we out here and we making moves, which I've been doing, and just put it all together. Other than that, man, we gonna live our lives, man. We gonna stay positive, productive, and progressive and we gonna move on like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we close it out. 2025, went by quick, but we lost some real ones, some people that in our culture and just period
Mm-hmm.
that need to be shouted out that may not get shouted out or at the end of the year on TV and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
Malcolm Jamal Warner,
Salute.
known as Theo on the Cosby Show, and it was on Malcolm and Eddie and other movie shows and all that stuff. Grew up watching him. Tough loss. Still was young in the way, pretty much, and the way he, went about and passed is tough. But
Salute.
salute to you, man. D'Angelo, singer.
Salute.
How does it feel? Rest in peace, man. That's tough to hear. When I heard about that, I was like,
Salute.
damn, man. I know my sister loved him. Some D'Angelo. Everyone did. I feel like who was in the R&B game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, George Foreman, the George Foreman Grill, the great boxer, hit him up, quit him up. Unfortunately, he passed away this year. Tough. We needed. He was a great dude. I felt like for the culture. Irv Gotti.
Wait. Before you move on from George Foreman, I saw a clip where the guy said George Foreman hit him so hard, man, he couldn't sleep for a week.
Shit.
He said he couldn't sleep for like 2 weeks.
That's fine. That's
So
some shit that you should be in the hospital that you could have
yeah,
died of.
it is. So what it is that, some people just got that country strength, because we
Yeah,
we we were brought here, or some of us were already here, and
yeah,
we toiled and we were enslaved and everything, and we got that country strength.
yeah,
And
yeah,
they said George hit so hard sometime, man, that you will forget everything that happened for a couple years, in the past couple years, and your memory would just go blank. So this guy that I forgot, I think it was Shannon Briggs. He said, man, it's something in his gloves. He said after the fight or whatever, I think it was him or Michael Moore said, man, I couldn't sleep for like 2 weeks.
damn.
Yeah. So um,
That's it. That's strong motherfucker right there for
keep
you.
your head off the line, motherfuckers. Anyway, keep going.
Irv Gotti, even if you liked him or you didn't like him, he put a part in the rap game that it's at least a little piece that made impact, like bringing us Ja Rule, Murder Inc., him, Jay Z, Ja, DMX was supposedly fake supposed to be in a group at one point. But it didn't happen. But him working with Rough Riders and Irv got DMX, them being friends, we got some great years out of that. Ashanti, we got great other acts out of that. So just sucks to how it ended for him as far as like how he died, how a lot of the people relationship he had kind of sour. But I rocked with him. Um, Shout out to Irv Gotti, man. Angie
Got it.
Angie Stone. I was like, I couldn't believe that she died, man. I was like, what the hell?
Right behind her hubby or
Soul,
her,
Soul
her, fr-
Sister,
her friend.
Soul Sister voice, chocolate as hell. I was always one of those chocolate women. I was like, oh, I can. She don't never look ashy. She always got
Now
some
she
good
looks
shit.
beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful woman though, for sure, for
Beautiful.
sure. Lenny Wilkens, NBA, legend,
Legendary.
player, coach.
Hmm.
Tough to hear about him, but I always heard, seen him, heard great things about him, how he did things as a coach and a player. Um, Marshawn Nealon, the guy for the Dallas Cowboys, I got his name wrong early when we had early podcasts. I want to get his name right. Marshawn Nealon, who had committed suicide as a Dallas Cowboy. Tough, heard about that. Sorry for your family to the loss of him and all that. This couple last coach too. This one I ain't know how. Oh, actually no. You ever seen the show Wire?
Hmm. Mhm.
Isaiah Whitlock, the dude they be like, shit, yeah, was it Clay
Shit.
Davis? He died today.
Shit.
Rest
He
in
died
peace.
today.
Yeah, he died today.
Legendary.
Rest
Legendary
in peace to
actor.
him. But this one I know how I did know how to feel about it. Like when I heard, I was like I just didn't know how to feel about it. But the younger version of me was hurt. But older, once I found out who he was as a person, Hulk Hogan, he died this year. The younger in me was like, damn man, I'm a real American. Sucks to see that, but once you got to
Even
know him as
singing
a
that song is racist, but go ahead, keep
yeah,
going.
true. But like I said, the
I
younger
am
me,
a real American. Go ahead.
yeah.
Keep
So
on going.
the young in me was like, damn, that was tough. 'Cause he was one of my favorite wrestlers, like probably the first favorite wrestler I had. But as I got to know him as a person, as far as like through the media, what he did, things he said, I couldn't allow that, and just wasn't. I felt no difference in the death hearing about him. So it was like, tough. Sorry for the Hogan family, but at the same time, some people have overstayed their welcome sometimes. And also sucks that this had to happen this way. But Virginia McCaskey, rest in peace. There was always saying that like for the Bears to get good, she had to go. And just so happened she
The
passed
bitch
this
went.
year. Yeah, she passed this year, and the Bears are 11-5, bitch. We in the playoffs. Oh, so hey, if we go ahead, finish the story, finish the year off.
Right.
Let us get to that
Right.
problem. Like, so yeah, man. Like those,
Oh my God, man. That's
a
crazy.
lot of other people have died this year. I just couldn't get to everybody, but those are the ones I wanted to shout out. Rest in peace to everyone that didn't make it to 2026. Pray that we all make it to 2026 and more. Hope it was a crazy stuff this year, but like it could have been worse. Um,
It could
but
have been.
but it's a crazy world we live in. So that's my 2025 wrap up for right now. I'm pretty sure I missed a lot of other things that happened this year, but there's only so much we get into right now. But anything on your end that you want to shout out for the year? Anything you did? You want to go into next year with something different trying to do, or
Mm-mm. I don't have
you want to
nothing to
you want to
say.
give the
I want
people?
to say this, man, for people who don't know, and I'm gonna say it again because I'm gonna keep reminding people. I lost both my parents, one in 2022 and one in 2023. All right. So for those who still have their parents around and you can visit your parents and you can look at your parents and smile or kiss them or phone call, send them a phone call, a video call, FaceTime, Google call, whatever it is. Continue to do it. Step it up, man, because you get those are the only parents you get. And take it from me. Once they gone and they ain't never coming back. Only thing you got is memories and energy that you may feel from them here and there while when their spirit moves through the room, when a vibration, their energy is around you. Once they gone, that's it. You don't have nothing else to go off of. That's it. So if you love your parents like you say you do, man, empty the clip. Send as much love, as many flowers, take them to brunch, do everything that you can while they here. Because once they gone, you can never say, man, I didn't take the time to do. That's your fault. You had the time to do it and you didn't do it. And if you were raised correctly and you had parents in your life and they took the time to raise you up and make sure that you had everything that you needed or they did the best that they could, and you didn't honor them by giving some of that back to them, then shame on you, man. Shame on you for not doing it. So make sure that you do it. Make sure that you take the time to show your parents love. If you can take them on a vacation, whether it is to Tennessee, Wisconsin, or Minnesota, take them somewhere. Go somewhere. Be with your family, man. Love the people that love you the most. Respect the people that respect you the most, and be around them. Be around them for because all you're gonna have after they're gone is memories. A lot of people, yo, you didn't cry at your mama's funeral. I didn't because I cried in the process of getting my mother ready for her funeral.
Mhm.
All right. I listened to a lot of the music that my mother loved, and it gave me joy and it gave me happiness and it kept me going and it gave me strength. All right. So I didn't have no reason to sit around crying and complaining about it. People were upset about my mother dying and they took it out on me. People did things that I didn't, a lot of stuff that I didn't talk about because they were upset about my mother dying because they didn't get a chance to be with my mother. But that's your fault. I didn't have that. I had my last conversation with my mother before she went totally out there and she was not aware and she lost complete activities of her limbs and her brain. All right. She didn't have clarity of her thoughts anymore. My mother faded out. And I had my conversation with her weeks to a month before that even happened. All right. And once I had that, me and my mother had a very clear understanding. I am who I am because of the situations that I've been through and the hand that life dealt me and the things that I had to deal with. I'm not upset about the things that I had to deal with. Yes, it does make me upset, but I'm not mad at, I should say this way. I'm not mad at anybody about it. All right. I am who I am. This life has made me so much stronger than a lot of people could ever in life find out. You will never find out some of the stuff that I found out about myself. And you will never have to deal with some of the stuff that I had to deal with because life will never hand you that type of hand. And you're not even prepared to deal with that because you're not that type of person. Life dealt me that type of hand because of who I am. You understand what I'm saying? So because of that, me and my mother had a conversation about me being a man, and not just being a man, but being a fighter, being the type of person that will provide for the family, being the type of person that will go all out, not just for himself, but for his family, the type of person that will defend his family and his friends at all costs. The type of person that I am, there aren't too many guys like me, and I don't boast or brag about that, but I'm just one of them guys, man, that you're just not gonna ever meet ever in life or be able to have around you all the time. I hear people, I hear the OGs, all of them say the same thing. Yo, you one of a kind. There's a small group of people like you. It's a rare breed. It's a rare breed. I mean, and people will never get that. And they're not gonna experience that. And you're probably never even show people what you're fully capable of because you don't trust people and you know that people are shitty people. So because of that, man, my mother and me, we had that conversation, man. I got a lot of that stuff out of the air. I didn't bare my complete soul, but she knows some of the stuff that I've been through. She knows some of the stuff that was my heartache, that broke my heart, the things that made me tougher, the things that made me want to split your shit open. All right. But to everybody else, man, talk to y'all parents, man, air it out. Say what you need to say, but say it in a calm, gentle demeanor. Not to hurt them, but to build a relationship and just make sure that you clear the air because once they're gone, ladies and gentlemen, you're not getting them back. And there is no, man, I wish I could have. Man, I wish I could. You can't go to the cemetery and talk to them because they ain't there no more. Yeah, you can feel a spirit like I can. You can feel that energy, not the spirit, because the spirit is just breath. You can feel that energy like I can, but you can't talk to them directly and get no response. You can put out there in the atmosphere, but you can't get nothing back all the time. So make sure while you have your parents, your guardians, or whoever it was in your corner, make sure you show them love. I was able to speak to one of my homies who I ain't spoke to and hug him and visit him. And we sat there and we poured up shots of John Basil Reposado for the whole night. And we sat there and kicked it until we fell asleep. And people left and we were just me and him there at the end of the night, sitting there talking, shooting the shit.
Yeah.
And we did that. But I have a core group of people that I want around me, man, and I'm very thankful for them. My big bros that I look up to, man, whether they own stuff or they just in my life, no matter what they did, man, I love the people that I love. So for everybody out there, man, that I've known over the past 10 years or more, probably seven, man, I think it's 7 years or more, maybe 10. I love y'all, man. Y'all are special to me. I respect y'all. And I'm big on respect, dignity, integrity, and love. You know, these are morals, values, and principles. These are things that I stand on, man. And I stand on that because if I didn't, I would fall for anything. Anybody would be able to walk up to me and be a part of my life. And I'm not going to accept that. I'm not going to accept that. You got to be a person that's about something. You got to be a person that I can identify with. You just can't show up and think you just gonna be somebody that's gonna show up in my life and just walk in and out. It don't. This ain't no revolving door over here, man. We play for keeps over here. You understand what I'm saying? So to every person out there, make sure that you establish that relationship with your parents, man. If you can fix that relationship with them, do it. Go ahead and do it with your parents, man, because I tried to fix that relationship with my father and I was never ever able to do it. And in his death, I still feel little to nothing.
Mm.
Not because I'm a cold-hearted bastard, not because he was a cold-hearted bastard. It's just because that relationship was never established with love, respect, integrity, and dignity. We didn't have that. So it was hard to create that. And even though I tried to create that for a few years, he didn't accept it. So when people say you didn't try hard enough, no, I did. But I gave my love to these kids in these environments where they call them at-risk youth. And they wasn't at risk. They're at risk because of where they are, but they're not killers all the time. They're not the worst of the environment. They're just kids that need some help.
Yeah.
So when they say, "Yo, you don't have no, you ain't love them," I got love in my heart. I just put it to the people that I knew could earn it and do something with it, and they gave me something in return. They showed me how great that they could be, and they went out and they became doctors, lawyers, and promoters, and they became boxers, and they became accountants, and they became scientists and astrophysicists. And they did all this crazy, great, dope shit that I'm appreciative of, and I love them for that. And they
Yeah.
made names for themselves, and their names actually mean something. You know, their last name means something to not just them, but to me.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, so to everyone out there, man, keep striving for greatness, keep being productive, keep being progressive, man. And if you got your family in your corner, make sure that you show them some love, man. Text everybody every now and then and say, man, yo, I love you, man. I don't want no, I just want y'all to know I love you. I may stop by, blah, 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 and I may bring a drink or something like that. That's why I ask y'all from time to time, do y'all want to kick it or whatever? Just because that energy that we got when we around each other. Those
Yeah.
are memories that can't nobody else create with you, me, and whoever else it is. I got your number. We can create memories like that. Hey, tomorrow's the last day of the year. Can you go out for drinks tomorrow? Stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do that because these are people that I see every day. I spend 40 hours a week around certain groups of people. And back then, when it was you guys, I spent that time with you all. So there was nothing wrong with taking that time out to say, hey, let's kick it outside of work and let's build and then talk and let's just, you know what I'm saying, get a clear understanding of who everyone is. All right. So
Yep.
there's things like that. So to everybody out there, man, make sure you know who's in your circle. Make sure who you know who's riding for you. And if you don't know, man, figure them out. Figure them out because you don't want to waste another year being around people that you don't like. You don't want to waste another year being around people that you don't know and people that you don't mess with. I know who's in my circle. The people that know me by name. We talk. We talk. I know my people. I don't know no suckers, no lames. I don't deal with that. I know who's in my corner. Whether they a movie producer or whether they a guy on the street, I know who everybody is in my circle. I can reach out and talk to them. I was just reaching out talking to one of them. One of
Yeah.
them just had a movie premiere today, and I had to do the podcast for that. I mean, I had to do podcast instead of doing being there for that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So for everybody out there, man, know who in your circle, man, or who's in your square. Because if you got a square, that means that you know every corner of your circumference and where you are. You know who's in it, and can't nobody hide in the shadows. You know who's around. If you got a circle, that means that you can see everybody, and can't nobody hide in no circle. I mean, can't nobody hide. It's equal. Everybody got to be seen. Everybody got to show who they are and where they are. All right. So no matter what it is, a triangle, or if it's just a dot, it's just that small. Know who's in your corner. Because a dot was the size of the universe when before the universe expanded and blew up to what it is now, 14 billion years ago. I ain't even about to get all scientific on y'all, but just know who's in your corner. You understand what I'm saying? Know who's in your corner. Keep yourself around good people. And if you don't have good people around you, that says something about you and not everybody else. That means you got some work to do.
Yep.
I know who in my corner, whether it be Keith or whether it ain't Keith. Whether it's the homies that I call my big brothers or it ain't them. Whether it's the homies that I was with a couple weeks ago or it ain't them. I got people around me. I'm good. I got great family. My family is not just beautiful outside, but they beautiful inside. I can talk to my family when I want to.
Yep. Yeah.
I resonate with them. They resonate with me. I leave messages in their mind and in their heart and their spirit, bro. And I'm gonna continue to do that. So to everybody out there, man, make sure you got the right type of people around you. Straight up. I know what type of people I run around me. I know who fit the description. You understand? So make sure you know who's in your corner and make sure you lead them with intention, respect, integrity, dignity, and love. Because if you don't have that, man, you will allow anybody to come into your circle and they'll be doing all type of foolery. And when you find out those people ain't made of that, move them out of there. And if you don't want to move them out of there completely, take them out of that core group and place them out there. from friend or family to affiliate or colleague or whatever it is that you got to do. Just move them further, further, further out of your circle so they don't get that close to you ever again. Know who's in your circle, man.
Yep.
Right? It's just like being on a basketball team. Know your teammates, right? Know everybody that's around you. Know the people that's around you. Know your personnel. Know who you got around you at all times. Know their roles, know what they can do and what they can't do. And I know mines, and I don't bother these people all the time. I don't be using people. I don't be bothering people about stuff that I do all this stuff on my own, man, unless I need to talk to somebody and I need some help. That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. But to everybody again, man, make sure you talk to your parents and your loved ones and you speak to them. Hey, man, and once you reach this age, people die more often than you think. People die more often than you think. So make sure that you're talking to your people and you know who's around you. I still talk to some of my classmates just like it's still high school. I got 30-year relationships with people and I'm still friends with some of these people still to this day because we just got genuine relationships. And they may go off on a tangent of living and working for 2 years and we may not talk for 2 years. But when we do talk and we do get together, it's still love and it's still beautiful. We still kick the bobos like nothing ever happened. We still chew the fat like nothing ever happened. That's
Yeah.
just what we do. We still bump our gums like nothing ever happened. And we're gonna continue to do that. So to everybody out there, 2026, make your mark, man. 224. That's the 10. That's a God number, right? 2026. So that's 8. Yeah, that's 10. That's a God number. So make that, the time that you get yourself in touch with God, the higher learning of yourself and the people around you. And with that said, I'm done. Keith, is there anything else that you need to say to the people before we get out of here?
Nah, man. Besides that, Happy New Year. Going to 2026, hopefully thriving, better than we ever were, as everybody, as human beings, but also just, like you said, be self-aware, have some self-awareness, respect for people, so, treat people like you want to be treated. That's what I would say.
It
Just
is.
do that. And love yourself. Love you can't love nobody else unless you love yourself, know yourself. So, if you got some things to work on, do that. Or if you gotta get in this grind mode, make that money or whatever it is you want to do, get on your dreams, get off that job that you don't want to do or, that you hate. Just get out there, just do it. Like Nike, just get out there. So Happy New Year 2026 coming up. Big changes coming up soon. Big looks. I think things is gonna go come our way if we actually,
Yeah, we
put
got
it,
to get active.
yeah, so and
We
put
got to
it
get active.
in the universe. So
Hmm.
I'm good for that though. After that,
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we done here. And as always, remember the mission statement when you striving for greatness. God never puts you in the driver's seat if it's taken. Salute to my guys, Creed, Agent Smith 78, 606, AGK, Four Finger Set, everybody down in Tennessee. I don't want to I'm gonna miss some places, so I'm gonna just say the whole Tennessee, everybody in Mississippi, everybody in California, everybody in Georgia that mess with me, everybody in Connecticut, everybody in Delaware, everybody all over, Wisconsin, everybody everywhere over in Japan, Canada, everybody that rock out with me, Costa Rica, Brazil. I appreciate everybody. Yo, in the UK, everybody that mess with me, man, I appreciate all y'all, man. I love all y'all. Y'all know how I get down. Y'all know how I ride for y'all. I want y'all to continue to ride for me the same way, but we gonna do it in a different way, man. We gonna be do it with respect and love, and we just gonna let people hate from a distance because only thing you doing is howling at the moon, dog. You
hey,
can't do nothing to the moon. Oh, that's all you doing is howling at the moon. Again, remember the mission statement when you striving for greatness. God never puts you in a driver's seat if it's taken. Y'all enjoy y'all year, the end of the year, man. In 2026, we gonna all do better. And remember, it's the God year, all right? 10, 2, 2, 6. All right. God bless everybody. We out of here.
peace. Be safe.